Hello again, everyone, and yes, as I said, singabalandeli belanga lana, and I want to explain or get in a bit into the meaning of the ngaz or the abkalu, the wise ones of old, and where does this symbol actually originate? Why did the pharaohs in the headrest? Why did they have that serpent and the eagle? But we're just concentrating on that serpent, on that Nagash. Who are the Nagash? The keepers of the serpent knowledge. Who are they, and where does this terminology come from? So, the title Nga designates rulership, lordship, the highborns, the high ones, your caliphs, your caliphates. In Zulu, we have to syncretize now the word Khalifa into some of the words we have in Zulu. And so in Zulu, we have the word ukukhalipha, Khalifa, ukukhalipha. And then we can take it into the English and say Khalipha, caliber. And so the Ngas are those abakhalipile, those abahluzile, those of high caliber, those of higher mind, those of an empire state of mind. Yes, we're talking about those, but where does this symbology come from? The snake in the garden, the symbol of the snake in the medicine symbol is nyoka nyoka. Where does this come from? And so now, I'm gonna try and make this quick. We have in the in astrology. We have in astrology something called a northern star, and the northern star, by the ancients or in the mythologies now, was heralded to be, or was held as, the highest point, the most elevated point in our night sky. And so the sun, that northern point now, it is the Earth's turning axis. If you look in the evening at the North Star, you can't see it from the southern hemisphere because it's below, at night it's below the horizon. It never goes up above the horizon. You cannot see it. You can see it from Ngola, as Babu Muta used to put it, Ngola or Angola, going up. That is why you would also find the titles such as the Negus or the Nagas in your Ethiopia going up, or the Nje or Nje in South Africa, Nje, the Niger, the Niga or the Naga or the Nyoka, if you like, because you can, as you go higher in Africa, you can see the Northern Star, but we cannot see the Northern Star here. And so today, the Northern Star is Polaris. It is the star Polaris in the star cluster Ursa Minor, the little bear. There's two bears in the northern sky. If you look north, oh yes, that's east where I am. So that's east, north in my direction is somewhere here. So if you're in the south, if you look in that direction towards the north, that is where you will see the butt and I think the leg and the tail of Ushka or Ursula Major, Ursa Major. But you cannot see Polaris in Ursa Minor. And I would like to put it to you that the understanding that now we've come to that, oh no, let me not go there first. Let me not go there. And so, yes, that is where the Northern Star. And so that star would be now the Earth's point of pivot. So it would be, if this were the Earth's axis, it would move in a 13,000 year period between 4 positions in that area in the north. And so right now it's in Polaris. We also have the star cluster Vega and Alpha Draconis. Alpha Draconis, and that is where I'm trying to take this lesson to now, that the Ngas, or this title of the high ones or the most high, It comes from the time when the Earth's axis was pointing to Alpha Draconis, the dragon in the sky, Draco in the Bible, who is said to have to do what? To have fallen. How thou the dragon has fallen to the earth. That, of course, representing the axis of the earth moving from the Draco constellation going into Polaris or Vega, or whichever one that was next. Now this circuit, this precessional wobble is what gives us the impression that the background stars are moving over a period of 2,160, roughly, if you are using European astrology, or the sum total that this circuit now going through those stations, it takes about 24,000 years, or roughly 25,000 years. And so now, just to bring a bit of Bible understanding to this, but before we get there, so to clarify, the imagery, the symbol of Inyoka, it comes from the constellation Draco. We are stuck with the symbols of the old world. Draco was the northern star. Draco was the symbol of the Most High, or the symbol for God's holy mountain. That was Draco. That was the constellation, the symbol of the Most High. Cephas, the rock. Mount Olympus, yes, to the Greeks, Mount Olympus. That's that symbol. And now to talk about Cephas, the rock, to go into the book of Daniel. The rock now that strikes the feet, that strikes the Piscean feet of the statue, it is that rock. It's not literal. It is the rock that does what? That is the changing of the Earth's axis, moving away from what? Draconis to Polaris. Ushering in a new age. Not the end of the age, as purported by our uneducated interpreters of these texts. It is the beginning of a new age. So that is what that stone represents. That is where that title comes from. That is that old knowledge of the serpent kings, the rulers, the nobles. In the earlier video, I said that is why NG and NK, they are interchangeable and are used as titles for the highborns or the nobles. As you would have the NG or the NGK, king, for example, or Koning to the Europeans, or Inkosi, Khosi. And also, yes, also the name Nkulunkulu. Don't let anyone tell you that that name was brought here by the Europeans, because the root of that word is much older than that. And here I am tying it to the what? The Nka, which also is the root for words such as Inkanyezi, stars, Inkazimulo, brilliance. It's the Nka. We're looking at astrology, guys. We are all looking at the night sky. The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom, or the starry kingdom of God, and everything else shall be added. That is what we are looking at. We are looking at the starry kingdom. And so the NG or the NK, that is why you have the Inkas. That is why you have Nkai. That is why you have Nkabai. That is why you have those root words. So don't let anyone tell you that that Nkulu, that Nku. Lu, by the way, also representing the Most High, because how do you say? L. That's how you say it. L. So anything with an L, whether there's an I there, an O, a U, U, Ila, Olu, Allah, El, the same thing. So don't let these bozos tell you that, oh, Nkulunkulu came with the colonizers. Bullshit. So yeah, that is where that symbol comes from. That is why that symbol is used by the wisdom keepers. That is why it has that symbol of the dragon, because at a specific point in our history, about 13,000 years ago, the northern star, the mountain of the Most High, the mountain of God, that pole star was placed firmly, or was fixed firmly in the constellation Draconis. That is why you have the symbolism among the Chinese of the dragon. It's the year of the dragon. They've got this whole dance routine that they do with the dragons, pretending to be the what? To be the twin serpent, the twin coiling serpent, the twin flame, the shembe, the sh pertaining to heat, shu iyashisa. So shembe is that what? That twin flame. Unyazi, the nya, inkanyamba engabona. That is that constellation Draco. And so with the moving now of the Earth's axis from that pole to Polaris, this is where now in the mythologies, the older symbols become the devils of the new world. And so if you are holding serpentine knowledge, you are holding the knowledge of the old gods. You are holding the system of the old ways, of which will return again. Like I was trying to say earlier, that the circuit of this change, of this precessional of this precession, it lasts about 25,000 years, depending on which system you are using. In the Bible, they've hidden it in the books of Daniel and Revelation, where it talks about the 2,160 days. Then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. Well, sorry, the Bible doesn't put it. It says 1,260, but if 1,260 is a play on the number of 1,260 years, the age of one zodiacal sign. And so, for example, right now, they say we're in the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius will last for about 2,160 years. And then it will move over to what? To Capricorn. Because when the mythology of Jesus or Jupiter was written, they were in the constellation Pisces. That is why everything about Jesus, it's about fish. That is why he is called the fish, the Ichthus in Greek. Or Joseph in the Old Testament, it's Joseph, the son of Nun. Now, where is my? Just want to show you something here from the old alphabets. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? You see that? So he is Joseph, the son of Nu, or the son of Nun. And it says there, prop of fish. It says serpent of fish. And below that you have Samech, prop of fish. This is letter 13 and 14. So this when you are plotting your alphabet now around the zodiac, that is where you would place your Pisces. Interestingly enough, that name Samech, it's also used by the Kwe, or the Kelsen, or the Twa, or the Khoisan people, if you want to use that term. They call fish Samak. There's a word that they use for fish. They write it like this: Samaka, Samek, and that's the That's the symbol. I believe they also use the symbol to represent that sound. Another word they have for the fish is the ari ari, or the insi. Yeah, that's another word they have for the fish. So yes, that is how Jesus ends up in that in this talk now. I said the lesson is going to be length, or the feet, Pisces. This is why Jesus does what? This is why Jesus feeds the multitude 2 fish. How many? 2. 2 feet to fish, because they were in that age. That is why in the mythologies there is so much talk of sea-like beings, sea-like or Aquarian beings, as Ubabu Mutwa put it, the Nomo, or the Nu, or the Numu, or the Ngumu, or the Ngumu, from the star Kiridau, or the star Sirius, the fish-like beings who come to do what? Who come to Earth and give us what? And give us the keys to civilization. That is why the mythologies, the mythology of Mbako and Wowane, the fish-like beings. In Babamutwa's tale, once the fish-looking being, once he says I think he preached for 7 days and 7 nights or something like that. After he had done preaching, he commits suicide, and then those that were there listening, they share his body and do what? And partake of it. They share his body and they eat it. Excuse me. The same imagery as Jesus being what? Being nailed to the cross. Here, eat of my flesh. Or Osiris being split into 14 pieces. We're looking at that same mythology. We're looking at that same mythology. So yes, we have these beings, these fish-like beings. And so what we have here now in these is that there's this belief, there's a notion that every time the earth shifts its axis, every time we move, the move is heralded by a natural disaster, large-scale natural disasters. There's a scholar by the name of he was, what's his name? Oh, I always forget this guy's name. One of the theory that he puts out is that when this changeover is happening now, the ice caps at the poles, when this shift is happening, the huge ice caps in the poles, they create water slides, because what happens, they crack and they fall, or always as it's shifting, they drop into the oceans, which creates massive floods and changes the world's water levels. That is why you find, for example, that is why there's so much of the ancient world under our seas. The story of Atlantis is just one. There's so many of ancient civilizations that are underground, and in some places they are not even that far. They're not even that far, you know. So yes, they believe that is what happens. So in one of the schools they say, so what happens is every time the earth goes through these disasters, the wise ones, the Ngas, after the disaster, they will come back to the survivors who have lost all reckoning of time, lost all knowledge of agriculture, medicine, you name it, everything. They lose it, and then these wise ones now, the keepers of the timeline, they come to the people and they do what? They present them with these tools again, and then off they go again. As told by Ubabu Mutwa, that these beings from the normal, they came, they gave it to us. But now, these are mythologies. Not to say that we don't have multidimensional beings who operate along those spheres. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in the mythology, that is what it's talking to. So these fish-like beings, they are relating the stories of the Piscean age, of which, if we in the year cycle, now remember I said that it's what? It's a 24,000 year cycle. And now on the 24-hour cycle, or Yes, the 24 hours, the 24th cycle or the 12th cycle of the year now. It puts us at this stage, we are approaching the feet. We are approaching Pisces. I'm not going to put Pisces here now. Oh yes, now in this 24th cycle, I want to go into the belief that the earth is 6,000 years old. So like I've said, the wheel, the entire wheel is 24,000 years, which means the statue of Daniel, the statue represented in Daniel, the book of Daniel was not written during the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar, by the way. It was not written then. These are mythologies, guys. These are mythologies. It's probably older than that because these are the same stories being told time and over and over and over again. And so in the statue of Nebuchadnezzar, from the head coming to the feet, they give it about 6,000. And so 6,000 out of a cycle of 24,000 years, that's only a quarter. That's only a quarter of our history. That is only a quarter of our history. And if you like, if that thing tickles your fancy, if you're pushing the narrative that white people are not that old on the earth, hey man, you can put it there. That is why it looks like in the past 6,000 years there is so much documentation, but it seems there is nothing prior to that. So all those civilizations, they are not really documented, or they are made to appear as if they happen concurrently with some of these kingdoms that were happening in these 6,000 years. So it is not like that. And like I said earlier, the rock hitting the feet, that is not the end of time. It's the end of an age. The end of an age. The 24,000 cycle period is coming to an end, which means in that image, we are going back to the head of gold, or the golden age. The golden age. Got so many black people, hey, yes, we can't wait to get to the golden age. This is, where we can have technology and free energy, and we are looking forward to the golden age, but none of us are looking at the science which led to the golden age. Which means the black man is still going to be what? He's still going to be the slave of the golden age. Baba Muto says in the golden ages, in the old ones, Zahareli created an Odu. I'd like to put it out to you that the black man is going to be the Odu of the next golden age, because we are not studying the science that led to the golden age. The sciences of the golden age, we are not studying it. The sciences of electricity, magnetism, and the dielectric plane, or Itongo, we are not studying those sciences. We'd rather fight about anything and everything under the sun. God is black, God is blue. We are Egyptians, we are Hebrews, we are this, we are that. But there's no, the interest in the sciences that will actually take us back to that age, we are not there. Just like we were not there. Okay, this one is because of historical disposition, coloniality, and all those things. For example, okay, just to get off the race card a bit. So through the ages, as we are approaching the golden ages, the technologies which led to the building of pyramids. If we are not careful, the same people that we are crying night and day that they stole this knowledge, they'll be using it in the golden age. And we'll be stuck eating mud cakes because we did not spend time studying the arts of our ancients. We are studying the arts, we are studying the scriptures or the symbols of our ancients so that we can sock it to the white people and say, yes, we created it, have this big chip on our shoulder. Our ancestors created this, our ancestors created that, but we cannot reproduce squat. We cannot reproduce any of it. We're just happy screaming it. We created it. We used to be able to do it. But we are not living. We are not living it. And so, yeah. Anyway, those are the Ngas. That is where the symbology, that is the etymology. the nagas, of the nigger. Yeah, nigger. That is where it comes from astrology. Follow the sun, guys. Follow the sun. Follow the celestial orbs. The materials talking about the celestial orbs, follow them, because they gave us the keys that we use, the keys and the symbols that the ancient man has used to pass down knowledge down the generations. And yes, that is where the symbology of the Nga comes from. And please don't forget where you heard it first. Thank you.